Tim, you're a bitch, dude.
Dang, Jamal.
Whoa! Did I ever claim to be
Also,
father
what
of the
you're
year?
not gonna do is raise your voice
What
at me.
you're not gonna do is question me being a dad to Chloe.
Guys.
And what y'all aren't gonna do is sit here and embarrass yourselves with this argument.
You know, that's not my proudest moment.
And look at Jamal, looking like he's about to explode. Come on, guys. Veronica's new love interest, Jamal, and her ex Tim's distaste for one another hits an all-time high after Jamal puts into question Tim's parenting to Veronica's 16-year-old daughter, Chloe.
Way below the line.
I know the truth.
What do you know, Jamal?
He tells me everything.
Oof, everything? I have so many thoughts about this Veronica and Jamal situation, and I can't wait to read yours. Let's talk about it. Hey 90 Day Fans fam, it's Melicia. Quick update on Miss Debbie before we get into Tim, Jamal, and Veronica. The lady has found her a new man.
How you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Ruben. You're looking real slick today. It's like, I like what I see.
Oh, okay. Mr. Ruben is 58 and lives in Miami. According to Debbie, Russ couldn't let go of the fact that her ex was 24, so she moved on. And to be honest, Ruben seems more like her type. Anyway.
We've been talking every day for a couple of weeks. And he's Cuban. He's got that exotic flair that I'm looking for. And, you know, it sounds romantic. Ruben the Cuban from Miami. He's age appropriate. And he likes to travel. And he ran with the Bulls. You know, it's like, he's got my spirit.
We got Sugar Hill Debbie Lilicious and Ruben the Ruben Cuban.
Ruben the Cuban better not be up to nothing weird. I don't know, I have a feeling. But let me not judge the man too soon. We'll see.
Look at this. Isn't it?
Oh, Lord, Mom. See, I'm not comfortable with talking about condoms with you.
Well, let's just say Miss Debbie must be prepared.
Miss Debbie and Mr. Ruben must have been having some conversations. I could tell by the way he stuck his tongue out.
What is going on?
During a shopping trip, Debbie tells her son Julian about her new romance with Ruben and that she's decided to take a trip to Miami and meet him for the first time. Julian's response?
You know what? I'm gonna take a couple days and go to Miami with you.
You gonna spy on Mom?
That's right.
Yeah. You know.
Somebody's got to.
Yep, Julian is going to go to Miami with Debbie.
You won't even know I'm there.
What is he gonna do, go undercover?
You don't know. I am the mother of a cop. I'm tough. I'm not thrilled about Julian coming to Miami, but he has every right to be concerned and cautious after the Osama thing. So it's like, I understand, but he best not screw this up for me, because I like Ruben a lot. And I don't know if I can take another failure at this time in my life.
What?
You're my son, you're not my dad.
Well, it don't matter. You better be on his best behavior.
They're so cute. All right, let's move on to another dynamic that, if I'm to be honest, I'm not feeling. And I know my opinion doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but it's clear. Jamal and Veronica are in two different places in their lives. And it's hard to see Veronica act like they're not. For instance, this episode, Jamal flew into Charlotte, North Carolina from California to visit Veronica. They've been doing the long distance thing.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too, baby.
In the car ride, Veronica brings up Jamal moving to Charlotte.
All right, baby, I think this is gonna be the trip that you're gonna fall in love with Charlotte.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh, it's gonna happen.
I don't really appreciate the pressure Veronica sends my way about moving. I just feel like we haven't been dating that long yet, so where I should be doing that.
I wonder has he said what he just said to Veronica? Because here, his response is just,
Oh, yeah?
and when it comes to Veronica, I get wanting the person you're dating to be the one. I know that feeling. But there is a such thing as looking for love in the wrong places. This is a 28-year-old man. And yeah, you have men at that age who settle down, but it's not common in this day and age. Shoot, at 30 plus, they're still struggling to commit. And in my opinion, Jamal doesn't come off as someone who is ready to settle down. At least not with someone who is 10 years his senior, with a child who is almost an adult. John Smith 5058 says, remember this guy was angry AF at Usman for messing around with his mother, suspecting he wasn't serious about her. Yet, he's treating Veronica like a plaything. Wow. I would love to hear Jamal's response to this. Fast forward, Veronica's 16-year-old daughter Chloe joins Jamal and her mom by the pool for a chat. And side note, I must say, shout out to Veronica. She has her a nice house with this beautiful pool and backyard.
Get it, girl. You're looking at my shoes, I know.
What are those?
What are you two? What is happening? Why was that funny? That wasn't funny.
Wait, ask it again.
What are those? Wait, do you not know about that?
No, why would I know about that?
The what are those videos? Oh, goodness.
Officer, I got one question for you. What are those?
That's the viral video Jamal and Chloe are referring to if you didn't know. But yeah, to me, this moment feels awkward to watch because it seems like Jamal and Chloe share more common ground than he does with Veronica. I know it's just a moment, but a moment can say a lot.
I feel very left out and slightly confused. From the beginning, I had some concerns about a potential relationship with Jamal, especially because he's 10 years younger than me. But I mean, this might be one of the benefits. He kind of like can bridge the gap, right? Like, you know, he can be like the Chloe translator. I mean, it'd be swell if they could find things to connect on that didn't like, you know, leave me out and make me look like an ancient dinosaur, but you know, baby steps.
Well, clearly she has a positive take on it. Fast forward, Veronica and Jamal meet up with some of Jamal's friends who are in town.
Hola. It's good.
What's my
This is Veronica right here.
Jamal arrived in Charlotte yesterday, and today we're meeting two of his friends who just flew in this morning from Richmond. These are Jamal's East Coast friends, so I'm hoping that they'll help me convince him to like come back to the East Coast.
Girl, you might want to let that go. It sounds like a stretch to me, and I'm not even Jamal.
This is our ride today. The beautiful pedal pup. Let's go, let's go.
They grab some drinks before they go hang out with Veronica's ex, Tim, who Jamal is not fond of, because according to him, Tim is always in his business with Veronica.
I was a little hesitant to invite Tim tonight because of the history he's had with Jamal, but at some point they're going to have to like squash their beef. So I'm really hoping that maybe they can find some common ground.
Veronica goes on to bring up the fact that her ex is her best friend to Jamal's friends.
I recruited some of my friends.
Meeting a special friend today.
Who?
And talk about confusion.
My ex is one of my best friends.
Your ex
Yeah.
is your best friend?
We have been broken up for like 8 years now, but he's Chloe's dad.
Not like biological.
He's not her biological father.
Yo, what?
His name's Tim. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing y'all meet him, just so y'all see how like I'm not tripping.
How can your ex be your best friend?
That just blew my mind.
You know? Like how?
I feel like that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Anybody. You know?
Tim!
Who is this guy?
Who is him? I cannot wait to meet him.
I wonder if what's about to play out with Jamal and Tim would have played out the same way if his friends weren't there. All I'm saying is I wonder if his friends being there made him feel like he had something to prove. Let's take a look at the moment it all goes down.
Oh,
Hey,
Tim.
what's going on, guys? Hello. How are you? Sorry, I'm a little late.
Jamal doesn't even look Tim in the eye. He's already over it.
Kazi, nice to meet you.
Kazi?
Yep.
Mustafa.
Mustafa, nice to meet you guys.
Mustafa. Okay.
First time here?
Yes, sir.
They live in Richmond.
Yeah.
I would love to be a fly on the wall for Mustafa, Jamal, and Kazi's conversation after this meet and greet with Tim. For small talk, they start to talk about Charlotte, and Jamal makes it clear that he's not interested in moving there.
So, I mean, Jamal, what is it you don't like about Charlotte?
It's a little slower here. We're talking about if I move to Charlotte, gotta make friends again. But every time I visit here, I just feel like it's just not a place that I feel like I'm ready to settle in my life yet.
Oof, Veronica. If you're gonna continue to do this, make sure you manage those expectations, girl, because he just said a lot right there. Jamal's friend, Mustafa, brings up how he thinks it's weird that Veronica and Tim are besties. And that's when things take a turn for the worst.
Another big part that makes us very hesitant is part of that you are still very, very a big factor in her life. You being her ex, being someone so long in her life.
Yeah, it's weird.
Him being
yeah.
the new guy, you know, as a best friend of the new guy.
Yeah.
And that you don't like me either.
Oof. The attitudes here. My goodness.
I just feel like Veronica has told me every time you chime in on a relationship, it's always from a place of negativity. What have I done to where you're like, nah, Jamal's just not the guy?
It doesn't matter what I think about you guys.
It does to me. Can we all just like sing
no.
Kumbaya?
Jamal came in hot, not me.
Since Tim didn't want to answer the question in that moment, here's why he told me he doesn't like Jamal.
I'm just not a Jamal fan. I just didn't think he was the right guy for Veronica. But, you know, I just think he's very immature and he's very arrogant. And I don't vibe with people like that. I'm very self-aware, I'm self-deprecating. I'm the opposite of that type of guy that's like Mr. Macho. I'm the best at everything. So he's just not my type.
I'm sorry, but I have to have his back on this.
Over the past couple weeks, Veronica has told me things that you have said, so I'm just like, what have I done to make you feel like we're not a good fit? Like, and you're not telling me what I've done that's a problem.
The look on Tim's face. I can't speak for Tim, but in my opinion, it's not about what Jamal has done or what he hasn't done. It's just that you can see, when thinking long term, that he and Veronica don't seem like a good fit. It's that simple. And yeah, there are people who don't seem like a good fit who get together and it works, but this doesn't seem like one of those cases.
Like, Tim, say whatever you have to say, like, whatever.
I guess time will tell, like, you know, if Jamal proves me wrong and y'all's
So how much time does that mean?
There's not a time limit. I feel like it's just like earning trust with a new friend, right? Like,
That makes sense.
but then they show you that they're a good person.
But I feel
he
like
treats you well, he treats Chloe well.
But he has. Hasn't he
But
done
I
that?
haven't seen that.
But you have. You've seen
You
it with
don't
me.
need to. You're sorry to say, but brother, like
I don't need to see one.
how he treats Chloe as far as like
I do
that's
need to
his
see
daughter.
that, actually. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, because we're gonna sit here and act like Tim is just his father of the year.
Oh,
We're gonna keep pretending that that's a thing.
Tim did raise her for 12
What
years.
is the
You
truth
know
now?
that, right?
Dude, y'all wanna sit here and act like you're like parent of the year. You're not,
I'm not.
dude.
I'm not a parent of the year, right?
But then why do you keep acting like it?
yeah. I've never had anything bad to say about Jamal. I think for the most part, he's a cool guy. But we all know that kids and people's parenting should be off limits in adult arguments. And if I was Veronica, I would tell him to chill out because he's making it very clear that Veronica talks down on Tim's parenting to him. And if that's the case, it's not something Jamal should spit out in public because he's mad. He's basically throwing Veronica under the bus.
Tim, you're a bitch, dude. Why do you?
Whoa! Did I ever claim to be
Also,
father
what
of the
you're
year?
not gonna do is raise your voice
What
at
you're
me.
not gonna do is question me being a dad to Chloe.
Guys, no.
You're way below the line.
No, dude,
You're
I
way
know the
below the
truth.
line.
I know the truth.
You don't know.
He tells me
I
everything.
raised her for 12 years. I raised her for 12 years.
And he didn't have to help raise her at all. Now, I don't know all of their business, but from what I see, I can understand how Tim feels disrespected because Chloe isn't his biological child. He chose to step in and take care of her, which is admirable. And I'm sure it wasn't always easy and he wasn't always perfect, but what parent is? So for Jamal, who is someone new in their lives, to feel like he can speak on that with such confidence is offensive, it's overstepping. Regardless of what Veronica has told Jamal about him, obviously he wasn't that bad of a parent because she's still keeping him around.
You know, that's not my proudest moment because, I mean, it's immature to stand up and get in each other's face and stuff. And that's not me. Like, I'm not a fighting type of guy, but like, you know, I felt he disrespected me very, very, in fact, I couldn't think of anything he could have said that would have been more disrespectful than what he said.
Yeah. In the past, Jamal has shown us how mature he can be. So I'm curious to see what his response is going to be once he calms down and reflects on the situation. In the meantime, next week, Tyree is saying things he might end up regretting. Or at least he should.
Had this flight to NOLA. Today I'm going to New Orleans. This could be the start to a new adventure.
I was in a 4-year relationship with a man. What? Nobody want to hear that.
My thoughts exactly.
All right, definitely trauma dump. Trauma dump hella early. I'm like, bruh.
We need to get Tyree a dating coach. That's what he needs. All right, 90 Day Fans fam, I appreciate you. Make sure you stick with ET because we are covering it all. I will see you next time.